everyone. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. I'm Rich. This is Six String Fun. We're going to just dive right into this one. This will be a good one, hopefully a long one. I'm not even going to pretend to do it all from memory. I got my notes here because this is just one of those tunes. I've said it before, early Springsteen. You're trying to take 20 pounds of something lyrically and put it in a 5-pound bag. And that's kind of what he got known for. First 3 albums, for sure, with some of these anthems, almost not anthems, but epic tunes, basically. So this was no different. So we're gonna, put on our helmets that have, Bound for Glory on it. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna do Lost in the Flood from the first album, Greetings from Asbury Park, Bruce Springsteen. However, I'm gonna follow the version that you hear on the Live in New York City discs from the Garden shows from 2000, I guess it was. And the release came out on 2001, April of 2001. As a matter of fact, it could be the anniversary of it, because today is April 2nd. I think it's actually sometime around here, maybe 20 plus years ago, it came out. And I got my copy at Jackson, Red Bank, New Jersey, where he showed up, by the way. That's where I got my picture. There's a picture somewhere here of me with him. Anyway, don't want to bore you, but we're going to get into this one. It's going to be really involved. It's not a whole lot of chords you don't know, but it's just a little bit of everything. We got C, G, B minor, D. A minor's in there, but it's just how you put it together and the pieces. So I'm going to do my best here. I know this isn't going to be 100% accurate, but we're going to make our way through it. I'll have all the pieces here. Just put it together the best you can. There's certainly certain parts of the tune. I guess we'll go over. I might just give you the parts of the song real quick so you can hear them, and then we'll go back and just walk through the song real quick. So maybe we'll do that. So if you go back and listen to Live in New York City, it comes in on this big E minor as far as what I remember. And then the piano kind of comes in. There's organ underneath it. And I think the piano comes in first, organ, and then the comes in next, right? So, but the verse is pretty much... So what we're doing there, and again, I'm looking at my notes because I'm not going to try to remember all this. C, D, G, B minor. Play that twice, and that's going to be a pattern throughout the song. That twice, and you're going to go into, and everybody's wrecked on Main Street. That part of it. That's not right. It's going to be D to the C with a C bass in there. E minor. All right. From there, which I think is the only part of this tune where it doesn't do this, is we will go back into... You're going to play that 3 times. From there, we go back into what we just did. Got it? Stick your smiles, gonna breathe deep. So it's a C. Ankles caked in mud. Okay? And then, again, one of the themes here is the C. So let's break that down real quick. It's going to be C, D. No, we're wrong. So it's going to be gonna breathe deep, ankles caked in mud. So C, D to the back to C, B minor, E minor. Right? I think. So hey man, did you see that? So we're going to play this 4 times now. C to the D to the E minor. 4 times. That's twice. We're going to keep going. Alright? Now, that E minor is ending there for that phrase. However, it's also acting as the same transition to this. Okay? We're going to go back now to the verse. Again, once and twice again we play that. Back to... Alright, so D, and I throw in that bass note right there, that C. Got it? Okay. And then, see. The kid. Yeah, so I'm off there. So. Here, we're going to a big transition now. We're going different chord progression. E minor, G, A minor, back to E minor, okay? In the live version, this is where, if you're familiar with it, Jimmy the Saint, the whole band kicks in at this point now. To the familiar D, C group, just jump on the horizon, a real highway makes farewell. Back to this 3-chord progression three times. 4 times, excuse me, 4 times we're doing it. And after you hit that E minor on that 4 time. First time around, that's all we did. But the second part, we're going to go back up. Keep that progression in mind. That's how the song is going to go out at the end. Repeatedly playing that progression, okay? We're going back into the verse now. We've done it already. 2 times, as we mentioned. We're going to do that twice. Back to this D. Throw in the bass note in there. E minor. To the B minor. To the C. I gotta look at my notes here. Yeah. So, the chords are simple. It's just kind of knowing the progressions, that's all. I guess I'm looking at my notes. I'm on page 2 already now, if you haven't paid attention. Whiz Bang Gang, the next important piece of it as far as just milestones within the song, basically. All right. Play it again. Now, we're going to go back into the progression we've done already. We're going to do C. You know, hey man, did you see that? His body hit the ground, beautiful thud. This C, D, and E minor, we're actually at the finish line right now, believe it or not. Somehow. C, D, E minor. 8 times we're doing this, okay? I'm not going to do it 8 times, but we're going to do it 8 times again. And I'm trying to follow this as close as I can to that Live in New York City copy. It's pretty close. The parts are there. You might just have to, figure it out. We're going to come out of... And there's a part in there where, and I don't remember the lyric now. I thought I had it written down. And at a stop where everybody stops, pay attention to that. It doesn't really sound like that, but you get the point. And then when it comes back out of it, so we're again. And then that's the ending. This is the ending of the tune right here. Oh, probably not. E minor, A minor, D. D, A minor, E minor, right? That's going to go to the very end. There is a solo. Again, in that live version, Bruce is playing it. If I had to guess, I used to play it years ago. It's just and Bruce is just, I don't mean this as a slight, but he's, basic, really good at composing and guitar solos for the right tune. And this is basically just an E minor pentatonic box I think he's in, but it's just how he does it. It makes it really kind of puts it over the top. So it sounds great. When he's done, which I think was probably the most moving part of the song, we hit that final E minor. And I remember being there, and I remember just kind of seeing the video afterwards. Everybody's just hanging on that note. They're all in their own little world, and they're just, eyes are closed, and they're just kind of, they're feeling that music is really going through them. The piano comes back in by Roy, which was the same as the intro, and it just kind of fades out. Wild. So if you were there at that show, you know what it was like. So hopefully this helped you out. It's very, very doable. There's just a whole lot of moving pieces to it with some simple chord structure. So enjoy it. If you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. It is really, 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 really appreciated. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hey everyone, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, much appreciated. Let's get right into this one. Pretty popular one from the Springsteen catalog, especially live back in the 80s, probably back on the Born in the USA tour, 85. Fire, pretty straightforward. I mean, there's different arrangements you can do. This is how I've done it. This is how I played it with Lost in the Flood a few, years back. I'll walk you through that piece of it. And then there's the bridge. Right? So really straightforward. So here's what we're doing. Let's get right into it. I'm playing a power chord. G power chord off the 6th string, 3rd fret, right there. So 6th string, 5th string on the 5th fret. Okay? Hit it twice. And then open. Alright? So it's either going to be this position or it's open, leaving the pinky on that 5th fret. Okay? Not sure if it's 100% accurate, but I've done it. Sounds decent. And that rhythm pattern is going to be this. Okay? I'm hitting these 2 strings all times, and it's going to be fretted and then unfretted with that 6th string. Okay? That's all we're doing. And you probably want to use your palm here, the back of the palm, just to kind of mute those strings. And then we're going to move it up to the 5th fret. Usually you only play that section or that area twice. A lot of it's going to be based on that 3rd position, okay? Or 3rd fret. Okay? Now, when you get to that final part of that phrase, again, what I've done, all power chords. I'm going to the 7th fret of the power chord E on the 5th string. Right there. And instead of lifting it up and being open, I'm going to take it and I'm actually going to bar it across these 2 strings, the E and the B strings. I should say the E and the A strings, my bad. So it's going to be this. So no open strings there, just the E and the A string. And then the walk down, or walk up. pretty much your section for most of the tune there. So it's going to be the third fret, moving to the 5th fret, back to the 3rd fret, and I'm going 7th fret here, and then just C to the D, and I kind of give it a slide. Just kind of gives a little. All right. The only other section really is the bridge. Handful of chords. C to the G to the D. Back to the G. That's the first part of it. You're going to repeat it, but we're going to switch it up. A couple chords in the middle there. To the A. And on the D. And I kind of give it a little, just something that, just to separate it from everything else, because it's everything kind of drops out from there, and it comes back into the lyric Romeo and Juliet, right back to the all together. Again, the A. And there's your tune. All right, so practice, rewind it, pretty straightforward. Great for solo, great with the band. Enjoy. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. It's much appreciated. We got some more Springsteen coming. I know he's getting ready for that tour coming up soon. So I'll try to get as much out there as I can. Try to anticipate what he's going to play and maybe get some songs up here to coincide with what the set list might be. All right, so enjoy. I'll see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking the video out. Do appreciate it. We're going to do No Surrender by Bruce Springsteen, but this is going to be the solo acoustic version. I guess, again, the album came out in '84, Born in the USA. He did this on the '84-'85 tour of Born in the USA. So really cool. Tempo's a little funky at times because he's just kind of doing his own thing. He's not really, it speeds up, slows down. But if you know 3 chords, you know, again, I'm calling them shapes. Your D shape, your A shape, and your G shape. You can get through this, but we have a capo on the 3rd fret to keep it in the key of F, which is exactly what the key was on the album. And it's just, you know, on the album, they were just kind of playing all bar chords. So it's really not fun playing bar chords for an entire song on the acoustic. Right? I don't really want to do that the entire song. So the capo comes in handy. But if you want to just change the key up, you know, just open it up and play it in, you know, this key over here. You know, whatever you want to do. But I'll show you how I do this. Let's get into it. In the meantime, again, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Got the website up, sixstringfun.com. Obviously here on YouTube. And then just stuff on Facebook and Instagram. You know, hopefully you're following me there and you're keeping up to date. Any requests, let me know. I'll do my best. But for now, let's jump into this one, No Surrender by Bruce Springsteen. All right, here we go. No Surrender, Bruce Springsteen. Again, this is the acoustic version. I guess, again, the album Born in the USA was '84. The song on there is more of like an anthem type of vibe to it. And then, you know, when he played it live on the Born in the USA tour, it was completely different, just stripped it all down. So it works really well. I want to say it's an easy song. The trouble with this tune is that when you're playing along to the record, it's a little tough because his tempo's all over the place. You have to remember, he's kind of just doing this on his own, you know, just his own rhythm, basically. And he's also got the harmonica in different spots. So he's kind of, to me, it feels like he's speeding up, slowing down, all these different areas. So you make this song really one of your own, as I say in a lot of my videos. You know, make it your own. It's on the acoustic guitar. You only need to know a handful of chord shapes. Now, again, in key with the album, I put the capo on the 3rd fret to keep it in the key of F, right? So the chords I'm calling out will be the shape. So this is a D shape. In reality, it's an F. All right? So we're keeping it in the same as the album. There's one spot where we do a little bit different, where we don't do exactly what's on the other on the album itself, but you don't need to do it here, which is why we don't do it, I guess. So we're going to play the D shape, which in theory is an F. We're going to play the A shape, which in theory is a C. Now this You can play this like this, you can play this like this. I do it both, and you'll see as we go why. Then we've got the G shape, but in theory it is a B flat. You can play it this way. I also play it this way a lot, and you'll see why, okay? And that's really it. It's the 3 chords, but it's just how you rearrange those chords over the course of the tune. So the intro is basically the same as the verse. It's going to be the D or the F. Again, I'm going to call the shapes out. Let's keep it simple, okay? D to the A to the G to the D to the A. So if I do it all together, and you'll see I'm going to embellish these, and I'll show you why. So again, I'm just playing these shapes, but I'm embellishing with suspendeds and hammers and all that. So D, but to give it a little more something to it, I'm just kind of making a suspended fourth and a suspended 2. All right, just playing with that high E string. And I've always made it up as I go along. I don't try to copy it. I just did what sounded good. Same thing with the A. Is really just taking that A and I'm just messing around with the suspended notes again. Same thing with the G. Now again, you can do this, it's fine. I go this route, which Springsteen does play a lot of his G's in this shape, and it gives me that C for a suspended fourth. So all together. A. It's going to go into the verse, which is the same thing. Now, if you don't want to do those suspended moves, just play normal chords. And that's really it. So that's your intro and your verse. So again, the pattern's going to be D, A, G, D, and A. And then we'll just repeat. You go back to the D for those parts in the verse. When you get to the chorus, you're going to do the first half the same, but then it's going to switch around. It's going to repeat in a different... So, again, I say this all the time. There's patterns, there's repetition. As soon as you figure out the pattern, you've got this. So in the chorus... There's your chorus. So again, starts off on the D. Made a promise, swore we'd always remember. No retreat, baby. Right? So again, I do this slow and I get lost when I do it slow. A. Back to that G. Going slow, it kills me. And that's your chorus, right? So you've got the intro, you got the verse, you got your chorus. Now there's that one part of the tune where it's that breakdown where it's la la la. Right? We don't do that here. It doesn't do it on that live version anyway. You can make that your own. I think basically what they're doing there, they're just kind of playing the verse again. And while he's doing that, he's playing harmonica. So, if you've got the harmonica key of F, it'll lend itself well to that. Again, the tempo is really funky when he does a solo acoustic. So once you learn the chords, you then kind of make it your own at that point. I think you'll have a hard time. I mean, I have a hard time playing along to it. I've heard different versions of it, and it's always different. So it just kind of depends on how it's flowing for him, I guess. So even when I've played this live on the acoustic guitar, it's up and down. There's different versions. So me and whoever I'm playing with, you know, as far as the singer goes, we just kind of give head nods and cues when I'm ready to come out of something, when he's ready to go into something. You got to just look at it that way. So again, the intro and the verse. Okay, those chords right there, that progression I should say. So it's the D to the A to the G, back to the D, and that's your progression for the verse. Excuse me, the intro and the verse. The chorus is very similar. You're going to have the first three chords again. D, A, G, back to the D, and then we just go in reverse from the G to the A. And that's your song, really, okay? So, again, usually if you want to kind of, you know, liven it up a little bit, you know, suspended chords, play with that. So I think you can make this your own. I think it's pretty straightforward. If you know those chords, you're good. You just got to listen to the song and just, I want to say play along to it, but you're going to find yourself kind of jumping around. So get a feel for the song, get a feel for the chords, and then you just kind of do it on your own, okay? So there you go. No Surrender, Bruce Springsteen, acoustic solo. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. I got a lot going on. Again, check out the website if you haven't done so already, sixstringfun.com. I've got things on the Instagram page. I have stuff on Facebook. So there's a lot happening right now. So request, let me know. I'll do my best to try to get something out for you. I've got some things going on with some other folks who requested things. They'll be coming out soon. In the meantime, enjoy, have fun playing, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.